Welcome to Dice Junkies, COVID edition. I'm Zeno Damus, and I'm here with, there he is, over on that side. All right, let's move on to, I guess, our last topic, and that is the toxicity, the craziness going on with Activision Blizzard. We talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago, and wow, I expected it to actually have blown over by now because that's normally what happens in these cases.
You've been wrong before.
But it has just gotten nasty. So we have new report reveals like more of the frat boy culture and abuses at Activision Blizzard. There's been a lot of pretty sexually charged quotes come out from there. The way the culture is, basically them referencing themselves as rock stars and just not giving a shit.
I mean, the sheer intensity of the bad behavior there. Like I said, Yang Yao really shocked me when he went in and no, let me when he started exposing the sheer how far some of it went. I was just like, holy crap, dude, how is this acceptable? Like even and you know me, I'm not like big feminist guy. I'm like, I believe you treat people right. You don't have to go as far as the current trend is where it's like kill all men. Like I watched I was looking at something, I'm just gonna throw this out. I was looking at the Hard Guardian Spice creator who has all over her Twitter kill all men. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not okay. That seems a bit, you know what I mean? that seems a bit like extreme, like just like wholesale genocide pushing of based solely on gender. So it's like I'm not on the board with a lot of it, but this crap's horrible. Like these people don't know how to treat anybody, especially a woman. It's horror stories that had me going like, damn. Yeah, sorry, I just had to get that out. That the more I heard about what was going on, I mean, some examples is like just literally sitting in front of human resource people and talking about banging your assistant, man, and the human resource person just being like, yeah, that's the way we roll around here. People being threatened by the human resources for trying to tell on the bad behavior, which is just wow. And to me, it's like I was telling Zeno a horror story about who do you go to when the cops are the ones that rob you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you call? It's like, what do you do when you go to human resources and they tell you to shut your damn mouth? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was that bad. And I mean, these guys were like, just like they were flexing. And they were so cocky. It really does though put light on the whole situation with the infamous, do you guys even have phones? Like now that I look at this and look back on that, I go, that's where that attitude came from. Because you remember everybody was like, what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was this attitude they had? Now I'm like, oh, well, when you bang your secretary and talk about it in front of your frigging like human resources team, you don't think you're touchable. So yeah, you're not like, who the hell are you to tell me? You know, that attitude was apparently a pre-existing. We'll say that. You know what I mean? It ain't a new attitude. That was just us seeing that these guys didn't think they were accountable to us. You know what I'm saying? They felt they could do whatever they want, get away with whatever they want, and you're supposed to love them. Like I said, like they were rock stars, like they were huge celebrities that could do no wrong.
Well, they said a lot of it came from the fame of World of Warcraft, where I mean, you had a small development company that had made some strategy games prior to World of Warcraft that had its niche audience, and then all of a sudden you blow up to be this massive online game that's bringing in millions of dollars monthly, you know?
And apparently, like, I can't name a game developer dang near. So, like I said, I was just like, okay, I didn't know it was now a thing to be like a fanboy of a game developer, a particular game developer. I can't tell you who made my favorite games, but I was rather amused that apparently this was a thing, that, this had reached a point to where people knew who made World of Warcraft and like were fanning for them in particular. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a shock. I didn't even know that was a thing. That still surprises me that they had celebrity status. Like, can you name somebody from that? Do you know anybody from the team?
Well, no,
Like of
obviously not.
WoW. Of course, because you ain't into that punk ass like, ooh, Jonathan Schmowitz, man, that's my motherfucker.
I
That's
mean,
the guy there. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about him. I'm like, nah, man. Like, I'm sorry, but I guess I'm in that bad group of people that's like, shut up, nerd, and go make my video game.
what? You don't have a phone?
Yeah, that attitude. Like, honestly, that's the kind of thing that if you said to me in person, I would probably give that. Looking at the guys that said it, I was just like, my urge to wedgie. Just like, come here, little motherfucker, who are you talking to? Grab my underwear and drag ass around the stage, motherfucker.
Which, funny enough, that mobile game has been delayed yet again and will not be out till next year now.
What, do they not have phones?
Apparently they don't know what to do with them, and so it's...
Well, this will definitely hold them back because not only are they in massive trouble, but apparently word has got out to the sponsors.
Well, yeah, I mean, their own investors and stuff are suing them now, so...
Well, I mean, they basically crapped on their money. I mean, dude, if you're an investor, this is terrible. You know what I mean? This is really bad. You're definitely going to get hit in the wallet. You feel me? Like, you about to take it to the wallet for real,
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, because I mean, you're banking a bunch on Diablo 4, Diablo 2 Resurrection, the Diablo Immortals mobile game.
Don't forget, like, Overwatch.
Yeah, you have your Overwatch, which is where where a huge amount of sponsors and stuff come from the Overwatch tournaments and stuff like that. So that's gonna hurt pretty bad. Yeah, no, I mean they were. It's another reason why this was so stupid. Is your company lives on goodwill. It lives on subscriptions. Like you said, sponsorships from tournaments. There's nothing really
like they lost logs, they lost some others, man. They're losing sponsors like crazy, and it's like, oh wow, they are just. I mean, let's just say they set fire. You know what I'm saying, to their own brand. And it's just funny because, I mean, it needs to happen. I mean, honestly, this is not even enough. From what I heard, I'm normally not like that, just that villain of a person who's just like, screw, this company. I hope to go out of business. But like, nah, man, they deserve everything they get. Like they deserve it all, dude. They deserve the whole kit and caboodle. Just the whole thing needs to be burned to the ground from the way it sounds. And I mean, given that some of this isn't even just accusations, it's just like, hey, we pulled this thing that he tweeted. You know what I'm saying? Where he just tweeted this fucked up stuff. And you're like, oh, well, that's not questionable. You put that out there. You said this really messed up thing, and you were cocky enough to send it out to everybody. You know what I mean? Because it's wild to think somebody would publicly post something that far out there, and yet, like, these guys were flexing, man. Emails, tweets, just wherever. They didn't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay. And honestly, it's the investor's fault, too. I don't know why they should be allowed to sue, because it's like, this has been going on and been so obviously talked about that it's like, yeah, it was going to get here eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was going to get here. It's going to hit the damn wall. And it's like, now that it's hit the wall, people are clutching their pearls like, oh, what? And it's like, people have been talking about this crap for years, man. It's just finally, like, lawsuits have come into play. You know what I mean? But, like, this has been a build up for a while.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's talk about people who have defended Blizzard in the past, have deleted their tweets and Twitter accounts, and I mean, everybody is running like crazy. Of course, people who work there that don't anymore are like, oh yeah, that's one of the reasons I left. It was horrible. I wasn't involved.
I left because of all the rapiness, like just all the sexual molestation. You're just like, oh wow. Our harassment, we'll say.
Like, if that's why you left, why you just now saying something? Just curious.
Because I don't want to get drugged into it. I don't want to get drugged back in. Because some of them probably did leave because of that, but they didn't say, like you say, they just said, I'm going to get out of here before this hits the wall. But they didn't stand up. They didn't do the right thing. They just covered their own ass.
Yeah, and you see,
here's what gets to me is that Zeno, they could have stopped long. Like, they started getting in trouble so long ago. They didn't have to get to this point. They just wouldn't stop. They just kept going. And as everybody kept saying, they're like, yeah, it's all still happening. And I'm like, well, okay, then.
Yeah, but you see that all the time. I mean, we've seen it in Hollywood as well. I mean, dude, we had all those people get burnt in Hollywood, during the whole Me Too things. And then you still have people out there in Hollywood doing that shit. It's still coming out. And it's just like, did you not learn? Like, dude.
No. I mean, like I said, it's pretty wild that it's like they just played, they kept going, and it was going to hit a brick wall. And that's where, like I said, the shot came in, that you just sit there going like, this is going to catch up with you. This is definitely going to freaking catch up with you. And, that's definitely going to be the case where it's going to catch up with you. And that's what happened, is they just got friggin', they kept going like, we're not stopping. And it's like, okay, well, then eventually enough people are going to get together. You're going to get caught. You're going to get sued. And they are. And it's going to cost. I mean, I don't know if it'll collapse Blizzard, but it's definitely going to hurt. Because here's the problem. All of this, the walkouts and all that, is slowing down production. And what's worse is that Blizzard makes a lot of money off of mobile stuff, which, again, is a massively about, the sponsors. A lot of sponsors and advertisements while you're playing the mobile game. On top of that, the mobile crowd, there's something that they must have forgot.
The only thing they really get off of mobile right now is Hearthstone.
I thought they had some other stuff out there.
I don't think they have a lot of mobile out there.
Diablo mobile game and some other stuff.
I mean, they're in the process of making a Diablo mobile game.
Oh, that's the one. Oh man, they never got one out. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. It's been delayed again.
Because one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught up on sexual harassment and sexist charges, and you're a mobile company, because as we know, the mobile gaming market is majority female.
But I mean, it's
and that's a really bad look.
But they are a subscription-based company, which that hurts a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Overwatch wasn't kicking Fortnite's butt at all anyway. It was holding on, but it wasn't like just dominating, though it was one of the bigger games. But like you say, losing a lot of sponsors and having that kind of reputation is going to make the tournaments a lot harder to make them less profitable, which makes it harder to hold the tournaments, which creates more problems. It's a snowball effect. But all right then. But basically, Blizzard's a shit show, and they're on fire. And we're going to see where that ends up.
Yeah.
I'm in the camp of, I mean, you're a Diablo fan, so I feel bad for you, because, like, this may fuck with your next Diablo game.
Nah,
They ain't got shit for me, so I ain't losing nothing,
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap us up for today. Hopefully next week we'll be back to normal standard show without COVID and the sickness.
I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know if I have it, but I'll find out soon. And if I got it, then guess what? Another 2 weeks.
Yeah. Which I'm getting retested probably around the 11th or 10th to make sure that I don't have it anymore. So we'll see. Well, Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we are online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Now that we've been extremely active on most of those as, most of those, our activity was based off of cons, stuff like that, which we have not.
And going out and the things that like we haven't been able to do because we were at least one man down. And honestly, y'all know we're down here in Mississippi, and man, this motherfucker's on fire down here. Like, oh my God.
Oh, it ain't Florida though.
Oh no, we're not Florida. Florida's on a whole new tip, but like it ain't great. That's all I'm gonna say. It ain't great.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching us every week. We hope you enjoy.